Are you ready for some gains? Well, you've come to the right place, because in this video, we're talking about a coin that's gonna get you tons of gains. Let's go.
I've been trading, we make it so easy. What you get is what you got. We don't give another thought.
All right, so we're looking at Tellor, TRB. And this coin is pretty new on Coinbase. It's one of the lowest ones on Coinbase. And so what I did is I went through all of the coins on Coinbase to look at their market caps, all 73 of them. It took me a really long time, put a bunch of hours into this, and I figured out the trading volume. What I did was the trading volume like this, 22, and then I divided it by the market cap of the coin to get the percentage. I've spent hours putting together all these numbers because they weren't in order. So if you found this information and this chart useful, make sure to leave a like on this video. We've reached the 50 likes for 50 push-ups. I've done that, and let me tell you, it was pretty rough. Now the next goal is 75 likes for 75 push-ups. Once we get that, I'll pump out 75 push-ups. Won't be easy, and then we'll go for 100 likes and so on. Even if we get to the point where it's 500 likes for 500 push-ups, I'm willing to do those push-ups for you guys, for the entertainment purposes, and it also benefits you and me because it'll be funny to watch, and it's gonna help my videos get out to more and more people. So I'd really appreciate it if you drop a like on this video. Let's get to 75. I went through all of these numbers and all these market caps, and TRB is number 3 from the bottom. So it's right here. So we got Mask, Loom, and TRB, and it's really close to Loom. So that's one of the biggest things about this coin, is that its market cap is one of the lowest on Coinbase Pro. And that's out of all of these coins, all 70, almost 75 of them. And so the lower the market cap, the more risky, but also the more potential and the more return that can happen. And so the second thing that's really important about this coin is the trading volume. So when I'm looking at trading volume, like I was explaining before, I take the volume, divide it by the market cap, and it gives me these percentages. And all these volumes are pretty high percentages, but what I'm looking for, the sweet spot, is at least 5 to 10% on these pairs. So the sweet spot for trading volume for me is between 5 and 10%. And the reason that a lot of these coins are a lot higher than that is because when they are on the bigger exchanges, they get a lot more volume than other coins. So when you're looking at low cap gems, you want to try to get between 5 and 10% for trading volume. So I would consider TRB as a low cap gem because it is under $100 million market cap, which is pretty low. And the fact that its volume is over 30% is just crazy. So the fact that its trading volume is over 30% is pretty crazy to me. In my opinion, TRB is a great one to be accumulating and a great one to add to your position to be trading. And so looking at the charts, looking at the prices to see what's happened recently, we can see just in the past couple months, we've seen it go from about $30 all the way up to its all-time high of about $145, $150. So $145. And at the time, the Bitcoin pair was 0.0025, which that means that at that time, you could have gotten 0.0025 Bitcoin with one Tellor, one TRB. The Satoshi price would be 250,000 Satoshis. So that's a little bit of helpful information if you don't understand what these numbers mean. You can see them under the price of the coin as well. When you're looking on CoinMarketCap, you can see 0.00091 and then 0.01566 ETH. So for those of you that don't know what those mean, that just means how much of a Bitcoin each of the Tellor or TRB is worth, and then how much Ethereum each of it is worth. So you can get 0.00091 BTC with one Tellor. And this is good because you can trade against Bitcoin and against Ethereum, so that you can see these prices against Bitcoin and against Ethereum and use those to trade against as well. So for that example, when it was at 0.0025 BTC, that was about 2.5 months ago. And so the price right now is basically under 2.5x of what it could go to. So if you bought some right now and it went up to that Satoshi level again, then you would make 2.5 times on your money in Bitcoin. So you wouldn't necessarily just make 2.5 times more USD, but you'd make 2.5 times more Bitcoin. That's one of my favorite ways to trade, is against Bitcoin. So I'm always looking to make 10% here and there against Bitcoin. Whether or not Bitcoin goes up or down, that's going to give you more opportunities to be trading in these markets. So it's smart to trade against the dollar and then also to trade against Bitcoin and even Ethereum. So when this coin was at its all-time highs at $145, the market cap was still relatively low. It was at about $250 to $300 million market cap. It still has room to grow. And I think from this price right now, if we were to see it back up to 150, I think that's relatively easy to do. And I also think we could even go higher as far as $300 to $500 per coin. And then if you look against Bitcoin at the all-time high in August of last year in Bitcoin value, we saw it go as high as 0.00655, so 655,000 Satoshis. And that would be over a 6.5x from the prices right now. So if you're trying to get more Bitcoin, a good idea would to have orders almost as high as that as well when you're buying right now, and you can potentially get 6 times more Bitcoin from this coin. So what I did is I went through all the numbers on TRB to look at where it's gone and where it's at right now, to put together some prices of where I think are good buy-in prices, what are good buy-in prices in dollars, what are good buy-in prices in Bitcoin, and also what the all-time highs were in Bitcoin, which I already talked about a little bit, and then also what my take profits prices would be. So basically from this right here, you can see my plan. I have a plan. I think a good optimal buy-in price for the coin would be between $20 and $40. And now you might think that range is pretty big, but it's been between $20 and $40 for a little while now. And so if you wait until those prices, then I feel like it's a good time to pick up some of this coin. And the optimal prices would be between $25 and $35 in my opinion. And then the Bitcoin price to be buying is between 100,000 and 150,000 Satoshis, which we are below that right now at 92,000 Satoshis. I have a plan to buy 50% of what I want to between $25 and $35, and then the other 50% between 50,000 and 75,000 sats. For that to happen, it would have to come down a little bit lower in price to reach those targets. So it's smart to split up your buy-in prices and your targets so that you're not putting it all in at once, and that you can stay a little bit level and not FOMO into any projects or coins. By doing this, you are basically set for whether or not it can go a lot lower or if it can just take off from here. So at least you have some of it already. And now I've also put in the take profit prices. In USD, I put $39.82, $49.56, $59.27, and so on. And so something to notice is that I never put it at an even number like $40 or $50 or $60. This is pretty important. And so the reason I do that is because there are key levels of resistance at those even numbers. People like to put their orders in at exact numbers like $1, $40. For this scenario, people like to put in their orders at $40 exactly, or $50 exactly, or $100. But what I want to be doing is selling before those, so that my orders go through before those key levels of resistance. I put orders in at 39.82 cents, 49.56 cents. These numbers can vary. I just like to put in random numbers for the cents just to try to get those orders to fill before they reach those key levels of resistance. And I treat it exactly the same when it comes to trading against Bitcoin in Satoshi levels. I don't want to sell at 10,000 Satoshis. I want to sell at 9,950 or 9,943. So my Bitcoin take profit prices are 149,000 Satoshis, 189,000, 227,000, 278,000, 298,000, and so on. So the exact same thing for those. I want to be taking my profits before those key levels of resistance, like 150,000 Satoshis, 200,000 Satoshis, 250,000, and so on. So these take profit levels are good to have different trades in for each of them. So you don't want to be selling everything at once, but be selling like 10% or 5% once we reach these targets, and then rebuy at a lower price. So for example, if you sold at $39.82, you would put in a buy-in price at like $35.67, and then you'd make that difference of 10+% for that trade. And then if it went up even higher and never came back down, it goes up to $49.56. You hit your next order, and then you put in a buy price at like $44.38, and then you make another 10% on that. And if it doesn't come back down, then you just go to the next order, and you just wait with those orders in, with that USD in at those prices. So then it basically sets you up for either way. The price could go back down, it could keep going up, but at least now you're more prepared for either way for it to go. So I am super bullish on this coin, TRB. I think it has a ton of potential. In conclusion, we talked about how it's one of the lowest market caps on Coinbase Pro, and it's got one of the highest trading volumes on there relative to its market cap. And then lastly, it has so many opportunities for trades against the dollar and against Bitcoin, and we've seen how high it's gone in the past, and just based off of that, we can see a lot of potential with this coin in the future. So I think TRB is a hidden gem, and I think we got to take advantage of that and get some gains from it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Remember, as always, keep it in the green.